My project is a retro arcade game-like project, so you can play 3 different games, Sudoku, Maze, and Tic-Tac-Toe. As I described, as you can see, I created a little bit of a lore to make the game feel more real and not just a project itself. And the project is divided in 3 sections, one for each game. So let's start with Sudoku. As you can see, there is always error checking, and we can choose the difficulty. Every time you choose a master, the program will tell you how to play the game. And if something went wrong, for example, in Sudoku there couldn't be 2 same number in the same square, in fact the program will say invalid move. So you can do whatever you want, but the program makes you strictly follows the rule of the Sudoku. If the command or the move is invalid, the program will suggest you with the usage, and of course you'll be prompted again. Also, you can put a number, of course, where the cell is already full. You can also undo your move. You can undo every move you want. You can also ask for a hint, even though this will cost you some points. And lastly, if you're tired, you can quit the game. And as you can see, we earned 0 points, because 0 is the minimum and we haven't finished any game yet. Now let's move on to the section, so the maze part. And as you can see, the program will explain you the rules. And then a perfect maze is printed with a start on the upper left and the end on the bottom right. You can move with WASD, as you can see. And of course, there is error checking, and you'll be prompted again if the command is not valid. And whenever you want, you can solve the maze. It's solved with a breadth first search, and the best path will be printed. Of course, if you make the program solve the maze, you learn no points. Of course, the size of the maze depends on the difficulty you choose, but bigger maze, bigger rewards. And choose wisely the difficulty, because as you can see, the game could get, let's say, very challenging. Now let's move on to the final section, so the tic-tac-toe game, where you will play 3 different games against the AI. Of course, there is always error checking. And as you can see, even though the difficulty is just 2, the AI plays quite perfectly. In this case, we won only the 3rd game, we drew in the others, so we earned 200 points. Generally, the points you earn depends on the difficulty, of course, but also on how smart you play. So, for example, on how many moves you try, or on how many hints you ask for. This was everything for this project. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.